Prepare yourself to be blown away with the power of OpenAI. You're gonna be amazed with the endless possibilities that you can use OpenAI. Now, on this video is gonna be a non-techie guide. That means that anyone can build this system just by following this video. And no, it's not hard to do it. So in this video, I'm going to cover how much OpenAI costs, how to build it, and how to implement it to use it on something that's actually useful. So let's get started with this tutorial. Welcome to my tutorial. My name is George and this is SaaS Master. Let's get started with the most important part of all. How much is OpenAI is going to cost us? Because, well, we want to know. And to give you a heads up, it's going to cost us peanuts. It's super cheap to use this. Now, let me show you the pricing table. They use 4 AI engine models that they have available, which is Ada, Babbage, Curie, and DaVinci. Now, the most powerful one is DaVinci, and for that case, it's the most expensive one, but it's still super cheap. It's 0.02 cents per 1,000 tokens. Now, you're gonna be asking yourself, what the hell is 1,000 tokens? Well, there's a quick sentence that explains this to us, which is super easy to understand. So this sentence that I've just highlighted would cost 35 tokens, which would be the equivalent of 0.0007 cents, which is super cheap. But if you want to have an estimate of what 1,000 tokens would be, well, it would be a roughly 750 words. So that's practically a short blog, all right? Just for 0.02 cents. So just to give you an idea, so it's super cheap to use this. Now they have other AI engines, which is Curie, Babbage, and Ada, which are much cheaper and are recommended for different use cases. If you want to save, you can use these, or if you want to do other type of AI engine writing systems, then these might be a better fit than DaVinci. And I'll leave a link to the pricing table and I'll leave a link to this one, the models. And this will explain to you what would be the best use case for the type of AI engine that you want to use. For example, DaVinci is good for complex intents, cause and effect, summarizations for audience, etc. Curie would be for language translation, complex classifications, etc. You check this out, I'll leave the link there. Now, how do we get started with OpenAI? Well, once you are here, you're gonna go into the main page, which I'll leave the link in the description. You're gonna head on over to API, and then we are going to log in. And the first thing that I want to show you before we actually build something is how can I cap how much I want to spend a month? Because we don't want to go crazy, or we want to be aware how much we're spending, because we don't want to go overboard, I don't know, $20, $100 a month, etc. Head on over to the top page here, and we're gonna go into Manage Account, and we're gonna go into Billing. So inside of Billing, we have the usage limits. Here's where you're going to set it. So for example, hard limit would be $20. In my case, I don't want to use more than $20 a month because I don't actually use this a lot. And soft limit, $10. So do set that up when you create your account. And just to give you an overview of my usage right here, let me go into usage. This is what I've spent. So for example, on the 12th of September, I spent 30 cents, 17 cents, 14 cents, 5 cents, 2 cents, etc., 7 cents. So it's super cheap to use this. Now, let's get started to actually start using this. So what I would recommend is jumping into Playground. And this is where we're going to build it. Now I'm going to show you how to build this. Now be aware that you can build endless possibilities with this and use your own language if you like. I've built my own AI writing for Spanish with this, and let me show you how. First of all, let's get started with the settings on the right. So for example, this is where we're going to select our model. Remember, depending what we want to use it for, we select it. I recommend DaVinci, so that's selected. The temperature, if you hover over these, it'll tell you what there are for. I would recommend the most important settings are these. For example, maximum length, which would be the tokens. For example, if it's going to be for writing AI blogs and you want to write something really long, well, you want to give it more tokens. So for example, you could set it to 1,000 tokens to stop there. Now, if you want to respond to reviews, to comments, which are more shorter, well, I would suggest around 200, 300 tokens, just to give you an idea. The stop sequence, I'm going to add my stop sequence and I'll show you where we're going to use this. So my stop sequence is going to be this one. Whoops, need to hit enter. There we go. And top P, we can set that up there. Frequency penalty, I'll set it to 1, which would make it not give me the same results over and over again. So I'm setting to give it a penalty to do new results. And the best of, which is also important because AI is gonna take one time to give you results. But what if you set 2? Well, or 3? It's gonna, in the back end, do 3 tests, and it's gonna give you the best output out of those 3. But heads up, If what you are doing is costing 100 tokens, well, multiply it by 3 because it's going to do it 3 times. So it's going to take 300 tokens instead of 100. So just be aware of that. If you want to, if you're okay with spending more tokens and get the best results, do set them as many amounts as you want here, okay? So just for testing, I'm going to leave it 1. And those are the most important settings. Now, let's get into the playground and where the most important part is about. So let's just say that I want to write a blog with titles, all right? So let's just say I'm going to tell it, write a whole blog based on the title, all right? I'm telling it that's what I want to do, right? And then I'm going to say title, and this is where I'm going to add it. So let's grab some titles. Let me go into, I don't know, AppSumo. I'll grab something right here, and I'll grab this title. All right, I'm gonna grab that there. Let me go into the playground. That's another one. Okay, here's my playground, and I'm gonna add the title here, okay? Now I'm going to submit it. So let's go ahead and submit this, and it's gonna start writing. And it's writing, write a whole blog based on the title. So it should write a blog based on this title. So it should be similar to what we have. So here we go. This is what it wrote. Now, be aware that we can tweak this to get better results. Now, if I find that something is wrong, I can go ahead and edit this. So I don't know, add to it or edit or whatever you want to do with it and fix it if you need to. But if it's okay, we'll go into the next round of this to make it even more powerful. So this is where we're going to use our stop sequence. Remember this one that we added here? Well, that's where we're going to tell it to stop, all right? And again, we're gonna give it another example and we're gonna teach it what we want. So again, we're gonna add title. In this case, we're not gonna tell it to write a blog because it already knows from the beginning. And let's go ahead and grab another, I don't know, something right here, Blogly. Let's grab this and we'll grab this title, for example. Let's go into the playground. Let's add the title and let's go ahead and submit it again. Okay, and now it's writing that short blog for this. And again, I can add a stop sequence and do it again. Why would I do this multiple times? Because I want to make it smarter, okay? In this case, I could give it different type of results because I want to avoid getting the same results also. What do I mean by that? Let's just say that the first test that I made was about a WordPress plugin. Well, I don't want to tell this OpenAI system that I'm building that all the coming posts are going to be about WordPress. And that's why I would do 3 to 5 of these tests to make sure they are fine and edit what I need to tweak to make it good. Now, this is one of the ones that you can build. Let me go ahead and save this. I'll say short blog based on title. Okay, let's go ahead and save it. Let me show you another one that I've built. So these are the ones that I built. I built another one for hashtags. So for example, I wanted to give me 3 hashtags when I add the post to it. So in this case, this is the post and this is what I'm getting, 3 hashtags out of it. Let me show you an example, post. And again, I'll grab this. So I wanted to give me the 3 hashtags. Boom, just gave me 3 hashtags based on that. It could be a long post, a short post, whatever, and it's going to give me 3 hashtags because that's what I taught it to do, all right? Let me show you another example. Another example that I built is a thank you reply for YouTube. So like I told it, reply to YouTube comment. And if someone says, thanks, man, well, I'm gonna respond to him. If someone says, well, thank you so much, I'm really glad and enjoy your video, etc. And it's going to give it a reply. So here's the reply. Now I've implemented this, and if you write a thank you or something that has to do with thank you on my YouTube channel, you'll get a response based on AI. Now you're gonna be asking yourself, well, why would I use this to reply to a comment? Well, because this is going to be more advanced, it's gonna be more unique than just writing the same thank you, like repeated over and over again. In this case, I'm getting different type of replies for each one of these. So it's unique and it doesn't look robotic, all right? And like I told you, you can use this for your own language. So in this case, I have, here we go, Respuestas YouTube Español. So this is for a Spanish YouTube channel that I have. And in this case, it's gonna write the reply in Spanish. So yes, you can build your own AI based on Spanish. Now, another question that you might be asking yourself is, why would I use this if I have a lifetime deal that has AI writing? Well, the simple answer to this is that you are going to build it the way you want, that you like, and for your own use case, and the way that you would actually respond to someone. So if you teach this, in this case, like respond in Spanish, I can modify the response to this so the OpenAI understands that this is the way that I want you to speak and respond. So it's unique to me and it has my own use case, not the one that someone else built. All right. So now that you understand how to build on the playground, now comes the fun part. How do I implement it? Okay. For this, I am going to use Pabbly Connect. And this is a system that I built for OpenAI. Let's go ahead and start with a new one, create a flow. And I'll say OpenAI for video. Let's go ahead and start this. Now you can grab a free account of Pabbly. I'll leave the link in the description, which gives you access to all of this. Now, first thing we're gonna get started with Pabbly is the trigger. How do you want the trigger to then use it on OpenAI? Endless possibilities. You can use Google Sheets to grab titles from a Google Sheet that you grab somewhere or that a virtual assistant added for you, etc. And then convert those into blogs or response or whatever. Or grab a response from YouTube like I've done. So you connect to YouTube and respond to comments. Or if you want to make blog posts or if you want to post on social media, all of that is available. So the trigger, endless possibilities. Now, how do we implement with OpenAI? Now, there's some of these that are available. This is the OpenAI app that Pabbly Connect created. Now, that's the one that they created. I created a more powerful one that's more tweakable and more customizable. So if you want to use that, you can go ahead and use the link in the description. So once you create an account on Pabbly, go to my link and it'll give you access to this private OpenAI. So OpenAI Advanced. This is how I'm going to show you how to use it. Now let's go ahead and add the action. So in this case, sky's the limit. That's what I called it, because I built this, and I want to thank Fagun to help me build this also, and Manoj for giving me the idea that this is possible. So first of all, when you connect, it's going to ask you for your AI, for your API that you're going to grab it on OpenAI. In this case, I've already connected, so I'm going to select it. And I've built it in a way that it's going to be easy to use. So in this case, you're going to select your AI engine. So remember the ones that we saw on the pricing table. In this case, DaVinci for the best results. And I've added this image so you remember how much this is going to cost you per 1,000 tokens. And here's the description. Next, we're going to use the AI Playground prompt, okay? This is where we're going to grab it from the playground that you created on OpenAI. So let's go ahead and open up the playground. And if we want to build it for the blog that we've just created, so short blog based on title, we're going to grab this one. Let me remove this. And I'm going to give you the suggestion because this is how I built the app on Pabbly. Finish with the stop sequence. Whatever you've set for the stop sequence, add it here. If it's something else, if it's 3 hashtags or whatever, use that here, okay? Let's go ahead and view the code. Here it is. And this is the prompt, okay? So this is what we are going to need. So let's grab this prompt right here. It could be super long or super short, depending on how you use it. So let's grab it without the commas, all right? So let's grab that. Let's go into Pabbly Connect. And this is where we're going to add it. So remember, AI Playground prompt, okay? We've added it here. Next, we are going to add the content OpenAI will use. So in this case, we're gonna add what we need. So for example, in this case on the OpenAI, we said it's title. That's going to be like the prompt that's gonna trigger it. So we're gonna add title here. And then we're going to add whatever we're going to use to map it. So like I mentioned before, if you're gonna use Google Sheets, Facebook post, YouTube comment, or whatever, we're gonna add that variable here. Okay, so I connected a trigger to show you the variables that we would have. In this case, the trigger that I created right now is new video on a channel with a video URL. So in this case, let's go back here to OpenAI, the title. We're going to grab the variable. In this case, I'm going to write a short blog based on the title of that video. So here's the title of that video. So every single time that a video is added on that channel, it's gonna trigger the Pabbly Connect to trigger OpenAI and work on this. And then we have the settings for this. This is where I've said that it's more advanced than the other app that they have available. So there's temperature, tokens, top P, best of, frequency penalty, all of these settings that we have on Playground, these right here, we have them available right here. Now, by default, they're set to the best settings that they have, but if you want to tweak this, you can go ahead and change it. So right now it's 0.7, default is 1,000 tokens, but if you want to use 500, well, just add it there. And all of these are already added by default. My stop command, and let's go ahead and test it. Let's go ahead and run this. It should write a short blog based on the title of that YouTube video, all right? So something I just built right now. Right here on show text 0 should be the result. Here it is. Let's scroll down here. And there we go. So the video was about Optimia, which is a video I made recently. And here we go. Optimia is a great alternative to Better Uptime Monitor. Not only does it have all the features the Better Uptime Monitor has, but blah, blah, blah. And it wrote that for me automatically, all right? Just by doing this. So when a new video is added to this channel, it's gonna automatically grab the title and it's gonna create this for me. Just like that. Now, what do I want to do with this? I mean, okay, I grabbed that there. Well, let's go ahead and save this and we can build something with it. So we can make a Facebook post with that information. So it's gonna be, instead of just grabbing that title, we're gonna have more information with that. So if I go to Facebook, I'll go to Facebook page. Where is it? Here it is. Facebook page. I'm going to create a post. Create a page post with photo. I'll add that there for now. Connect. I'll connect to my Facebook. I'll select the page. I'll just leave that one there. It says Tudo. And here's the message. So in this message, I'm going to grab the text from this one, right? And why not? I'll also grab the link to the video or something like that. All right. So here's the video URL. So there we go. Or I can add the link over here to the video, which would also work. Video URL. There we go. So let's do it. So let's go ahead and test this out right now. Okay, it's been posted. Here's the ID. Let's go to that page. There we go. Here's the page. Here's the post that we've just made. So just now, and here it is. So it wrote like a short blog or short sentence based on that. Now, if you need to write longer blogs, you can teach OpenAI to do it by writing more longer blogs to it. But just like that, I was able to do an automation. So as of now, I mean, just what I've done right now in this quick video, I connected this YouTube channel so that every single time that a video is made, it's gonna write the OpenAI based on the title, and it's gonna automatically post it on Facebook page. You can see how useful that is. Well, let me show you other automations that I've built with OpenAI. So let me show you like the response for the YouTube video, all right? There we go. So this is another one that I've built. So it's going to auto comment if someone says something like thank you or great video, etc. So again, I'm gonna grab new comment on a channel from my channel, SaaS Master, and I'm gonna do these things. So I formatted it to, I did this, number formatted by Pauli, because I don't want OpenAI to run or respond if the comment is longer than 35 characters. Why? This is my tip for you, because if the comment is longer than 35 characters, well, that means that they've said something else that I need to pay attention to. So I'm not just gonna randomly say thank you if there's more to answer to it. So that's why. And here's the filter. Don't continue if it, the other way around. Continue if it's less than 35 characters. Okay, and then it's going to trigger this. Here we go. Filter by. So if it contains thank you, great video, nice, thanks, good video, etc., all of these, it's going to trigger my OpenAI. And the OpenAI is going to be reply to a YouTube comment, the one I've built before. So based on that, it's going to reply to YouTube. So all of that is done here. And I also added a delay for 1 hour, so it doesn't respond quickly. So it looks more natural, more realistic that someone is actually writing that comment. So right now, if you comment on this video, some of these triggers in a sentence, like thank you, great video, etc., it will auto respond to you in an hour with OpenAI. So do go ahead and test it out to see how it works. And you can do a whole lot of things with OpenAI. Like I said before, there's endless possibilities to build your own system with OpenAI to trigger AI words, something that you won't have available if you use a system that's pre-built by someone else. And you can do your own, rephrase, rewrite, short social media messages, hashtags, short blogs, long blogs, etc. Here's a full blog one. And this is where it's going to grab it. So you can trigger your own system by making it. So let me know what you think about this system in the comments. And if you like this video and if you would like to understand more possibilities with OpenAI, I'd be glad to make more videos for you. Well, I thank you all for watching and I'll see you on my next videos.